Welcome to Sholom's Emergency Preparedness Training. During this training of emergency preparedness, we will cover the following: how each department will have specific duties and responsibilities in the event of an emergency, where emergency preparedness reference guides are located, an overview of emergency preparedness plans and where they are located. Discuss training that occurs to ensure competence in your role during an emergency, and ensure that you feel confident to ask your manager, charge a building, or lead home health aide if more information is needed. My name is Tom Westland, and I will be your facilitator today. I am Sholom's Training and Development Manager. I have over 10 years of experience in HR or human resources, and I have been developing training programs within organizations for over 15 years. This slide and the next slide will show Sholom's Emergency Preparedness Reference Guide. As you can see, it will list the type of emergency, what the overhead page will say, and the response needed to ensure that emergency is mitigated as quickly as possible. Each type of emergency is unique with its needs and outcomes. Ensure you are aware of where the nearest reference guide is located so that you can refer to it in the event of an emergency. In the subsequent slides, we will discuss several of the emergencies listed in more detail. We will now discuss the specifics of what to do in the event of a fire. In every building, there are numerous protective measures in place to prevent both a fire from occurring and a fire from spreading. Some of these protective measures include non-combustible construction, which includes metal framework and fire retardant materials, fully sprinkled buildings that can release between 10 and 20 gallons of water per minute per sprinkler head, smoke detectors and alarms, fire compartments, fire doors, which are designed to slow a fire spread, and fire extinguishers. Fire drills are an integral part of ensuring safety during a fire emergency. Every year, Sholom conducts a fire drill 4 times per shift. In other words, there are 12 fire drills conducted every single year. The locations and times of the fire drills are random, and all practices need to be documented to ensure Sholom is compliant. In the event of a fire emergency, please ensure you are thinking of the acronym RACE. This stands for Rescue, Alert, Contain, Extinguish. The first priority is to rescue the residents and ensure they are safe. Once all the residents are safe, ensure the local authorities have been alerted to the emergency. This could be the fire department, EMS, or the police department. After the authorities have been notified, contain the fire to the best of your ability. This could mean closing doors or windows to limit the fire spread. Lastly, and only if you feel comfortable, extinguish the fire with a fire extinguisher, wet blanket or a towel, or some other material that can assist in extinguishing the fire. When using a fire extinguisher, ensure you adhere to the following acronym, PASS. This stands for pull the pin, aim at the base of the fire, squeeze the handle, sweep from side to side. Putting out a fire is not a simple task. Ensure you are competent in operating a fire extinguisher before performing this task. We will now discuss the specifics of what to do in the event of severe weather. Due to weather's unpredictability, it is crucial to understand what to do at a moment's notice when conditions change. A weather watch means that hazardous conditions are possible, and staff needs to ensure that they make sure all residents are inside, closing windows and drapes and curtains, clearing any hallways that might otherwise be an obstacle to move through, and stay away from windows. A weather watch can turn into a warning very quickly. When weather conditions pose a threat to life or property, which is the definition of a weather warning, employees need to react quickly. During a weather warning, guest services or the MOD will initiate an overhead page or announcement. Employees will then need to make sure all residents are in bathrooms, hallways, or interior rooms. Additionally, all rooms with windows should be evacuated. Residents that are bedbound should be moved away from windows and covered with blankets. Employees need to ensure they are with residents in the hallways and only use one elevator per building. Guest services or the MOD will announce when it is all clear. We will now discuss the specifics of what to do in the event of a power outage. In the event of a power outage, emergency generators will provide power within 10 to 20 seconds. Areas that will receive electricity or power include the fire and sprinkler system, one elevator in each bank, all red outlets, all emergency exit signs, and sufficient hallway and stairwell lighting. We will now discuss the specifics of what to do in the event of a building evacuation. In the event of a building evacuation, an incident commander, or IC, is activated. The IC will be decided by the campus administrator, director of nursing, or the director of engineering. The IC will set up a command center and determine an evacuation plan, which may or may not involve you and/or your coworkers. Ensure you are aware of the plan, even if it does not directly involve you, so that you can assist as needed. When a building evacuation occurs, Sholom will use a red dot system for evacuating rooms. Red dots are placed on the outside of all doors in which a room that has been evacuated. Red dots can be found in the emergency evacuation plan. When evacuating resident rooms, ensure that you follow this order. First, residents closest to the danger, then walking residents, then wheelchair residents, and finally, bedridden residents. This order will ensure that the hallways, stairways, and elevators are used in the most efficient manner. We will now discuss the specifics of what to do in the event of an elopement. When an elopement occurs, guest services will initiate an overhead page while the charge nurse or lead home health aide of the resident will lead the search of the unit. The charge nurse or lead home health aide will then contact the administrator, director of nursing, or the director of social services to report any progress. Available staff will report to guest services and receive target zone assignments to search. If available, guest services will print off pictures of the residents, and the charge nurse, lead home health aide, or maintenance staff will then check or designate someone to check front and rear of the building, including parking lots, entryways, and cars. Further direction will be given by the administrator, director of nursing, or the director of social services in the event the resident is not located. Here is a summary of the various emergencies you may encounter while working at Sholom. Please keep in mind that this is a summary and not an exhaustive list of emergencies that might occur. The Emergency Preparedness Plan, located at guest services, will have a comprehensive plan for each type of emergency and what employees are expected to do during each of those emergencies. Now let's review the module. What does RACE stand for? Rescue, Alert, Contain, Extinguish. What does PASS stand for? Pull, Aim, Squeeze, Sweep. Where should residents go during a watch or a warning? Room without windows. What is powered during a power outage? Red outlets. Remember, there are other powered areas during a power outage. Red outlets are used for 24/7 critical equipment. How often is a fire drill performed annually per shift? 4. Who leads the search on a unit during an elopement? The nurse in charge, or it could be the lead home health aide. Where is the emergency preparedness plan located? At the guest services desk. This is true for all buildings. Thank you for viewing the Policies and Procedures training. Please make sure to take the quiz to ensure competence. Thank you.